Hello, we are the Kaiser Chiefs. You're watching Music News. Subscribe here or here.
Kaiser Chiefs, Ricky and Simon, great to see you. How you doing?
I'm good. Are you good?
Good, yeah.
We're all good. Yeah, we're good.
Good
No, I'm not cold actually. I had a hot flush a bit a minute ago. I'm quite pleased to be outside.
Good. Well, you're here tonight to play a priceless intimate gig for 400 fans at One Mayfair.
Yep.
Looking forward to it?
Of course, it's what we do. We've been doing it for a long time. We'll continue to do it because we love it. So yeah, we'll play anywhere. Book us. We'll play. Well, not anywhere.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've seen you many times. The last time was at Hyde Park supporting The Who.
Oh yeah.
How was that one? And did you have a chance to hang out with Roger and Pete at all?
Yeah, I mean we've played with The Who quite a lot over the years,
Yeah.
which you don't expect to hear yourself saying, because it's a really big deal, and we've just got to remember not to get used to things like that because it's a real privilege, and even just to watch them, let alone play with them. But yeah, it was a good day, that wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good, yeah. Hung out with some other people, Zach, but also I liked, because it was a bit of a link, talked to Leslie Ashwright, who goes out with Leeds United footballer, so excellent. So talking to him and her, but she obviously was in Quadrophenia.
Yeah.
Nice circular link, I liked it.
Brought it all together, yeah, nicely. I mean, ever since you've started, you've always looked like professionals on stage, even in the early days. Where did that work ethic come from? Really tight, always professional.
In the early days, I think it was just mainly drinking.
Nah, that couldn't have. I've seen a lot of bands that drink a lot. Didn't sound like
Do you
you.
think we come across as professional?
Definitely,
Really?
always.
I don't know how we've managed to blag that because we're totally not professional. I think
It's part of our remit to be unprofessional.
Yeah, I mean we're
On stage at least.
Sound
We're
it.
a very odd mix between always working and being quite lazy. But I think that's where the sweet spot lies.
Yeah, definitely.
We work every day. We're quite lazy.
Well, Noel Gallagher always said, you come and see Oasis 3 times, one of them will be crap. And as I said, I've seen you loads of times.
Did
and
you really say that?
Yeah.
He's an honest chap, isn't he?
Not a great quote.
It's nothing but honest.
But I've never seen a bad gig. Do you have bad days then? Live?
I think we're lucky actually that we don't really. Even the other day we were played in Seattle. Is it Seattle?
Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle.
I didn't have a voice.
And Ricky lost his voice completely, so we did a gig with me and Whitey doing a bit of singing, and Ricky using placards and writing things and making drawings and that kind of thing.
Jesus.
And the crowd loved it, which proves you can get away with anything.
No, the thing is, I think the secret is, all gigs are good to an extent because you've got to find something positive in life, haven't you? But the secret is not showing it if you're having a rubbish time. You can always turn it around anyway.
Well, definitely. I'm certainly sure you can. I mean, the 5th album, Education, War, was well received. #1 album, in fact.
Yeah.
Looking forward, album number 6. What can we expect?
Ooh, what can we expect,
Just
Simon?
preparing it at the moment. We've been in our band. I think we have a few stages for recording. And the first stage is get in the room, just us 5, make a racket, record it. Sort of work out what the best bits are, play them again. So we're doing that bit at the moment, the bit that's the bandy bit, and then we're just on the search for an extra person that's going to help us sort of bring it all together and make it a wonderful record.
A producer. So if you're a producer out there, you've got a bit of spare time.
Or general guru.
Or a general guru. Yeah, if you've got some spare time over the winter period, then come find us.
I'm sure there's going to be a few that would like to work with you. Any working title for the album?
Oh, yes. I'm not telling you.
Come on.
No, I'm not going to say, because it won't end up being that anyway. So.
What about sort of themes? Any particular themes?
Well, it's
through the
weird
album?
because at the moment, this is what Simon was saying, we just get in a room and we make a load of loud noise until something starts appearing, because that's the most honest way of doing it. We don't sit down and say, right, what we're going to write this record about, or what's going to be the main drive. You just have to let it come out naturally, because the best kind of storytelling is honest and just comes from the heart.
I think it's just gradually come around. It seems weird. But it happens quite quickly, I think. It's not like it's a real slow process. I just think, for instance, with like sound and stuff, you just sort of gradually will find a few things that we like pedals or beats or whatever, things that we like, and we'll use those repeatedly. And then with words is mainly Ricky's thing, but I think with themes, things that are going on, just start repeating.
Yeah.
And it just sort of gradually comes together.
Albums are interesting because you make it during a period of time, and obviously things that are going on in your life. during that period are reflected in the record, because if they weren't, then you wouldn't be telling the truth.
Sure.
So it's kind of, it happens quite naturally, but once you find out, once you understand what your record's about, then you could focus in on it. At the moment we're focusing on it.
How much is actually written then? Already? Nothing, or all of it?
There's loads and none simultaneously. There's loads of ideas. I've got not me, we got like a whole hard drive full of stuff that some of which is great, a couple of things which are rubbish, but there's loads and loads of good things, good bits and a few good songs, but it's kind of still quite early, I think, really. Still like, because I said this on the last record. The last record we wrote, I don't know how many songs we wrote, but there was 10 on the record. There was about 4 songs, some of which have come out since, that were hanging around, but they didn't quite fit in with what the sort of mood and the sort of vibe of the last record. So Fallen Awake, which we released in February, that was around from the last album. But what it's about wasn't in line with what the last album was about. So it just sort of got left on the shelf. So it's not even just a matter of writing 10 good songs, it's a matter of writing 10 good songs that are like focused and make sense together. So how much is written?
I'd say 8%.
8.
So between 8 and 80.
Yeah, you never really know how much is written until it comes out, because even on the last record there were things that popped up in the studio that we didn't know were going to be on the record, and they kind of like just made total sense. So I think you've just got to be relaxed about it. I don't panic as much as I used to when making records. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, nobody died.
We'll just make it 6 months later.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I mean, so far, Ruby is currently your only number one single. If you had to pick one that was the most deserving from the rest of your singles, which one would you say?
That's a very good question. So what would you like to have been number one? It's a tough question.
Any of them, all of them. I mean, people ask us what's my favourite to play live. I really like playing Oh My God live. I think it's a good song. I think it's one of the best songs we've ever written, and it was one of the first songs we ever wrote for the band. And I kind of I always used to think it summed up kind of what we're about.
People assume that I beat her out, to be honest. So I never.
We were just coming home. That's the last thing. Oh, what was the last single released? Fallen Awake. I wish Fallen Awake had been number one. Because then the last song would have been
just
number one.
Say
single.
it was. No one check it.
So let's just say we've had
all
15 number one
I know,
singles.
it's amazing. Who thought it?
Good stuff.
Pretty well.
Print it.
But we love the voice at Music News. Ricky, you always come across as a great thing, as a great guy. Simon, is he really?
Is he a great guy? Oh, wow.
Come on, Sam. Just lie for the kids.
Most of the time.
About 8% of the time.
But between 8 and 80% of the time.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Has he changed during this time in The Voice?
Not so much, no, not really. I think it's like interesting. I think it's everyone. Don't know. Everyone always thinks he's the same as you're on telly. He's pretty much the same, but I mean, everyone is slightly different. When you're on telly, I'm slightly different when I'm on telly.
You're being totally different right now.
So it's, but he's the same. He's a nice person. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to hang around with him for. So how many years have I known him for now? 20.
It's 20 years.
So. I think he's all right.
Good stuff. What's been the most sort of important moment or stage in the band's career? So today, do you think?
Important moment.
Yeah.
Most important moment or cherished moment?
Well,
important moment. Well, I mean, the thing is, if you're going to last as long as we've lasted so far, then every day is an important moment, because it's, every day you have to make the decision what you're going to do next, and so we've been making those decisions for a long time now, and I just think it's keeping going. Nick leaving was a big moment, and I think that proved to all of us in the band that we really, really wanted to do it, because it was like losing a limb, but we did ourselves and we carried on. So I think that's a real big moment.
What about? So it's just going right back.
Yeah.
One day we were in Leeds and we got a phone call from somebody, I presume it was Richard Todd. He said, "Oh, do you want to support this band? They're playing the Cockpit tonight," which was the Ordinary Boys.
Yeah.
And we supported them just on an off chance. And then that led to supporting them some more and led to Preston. TV's Preston. He'd hate that. He nagged his record label to sign us, who they eventually did, and then we obviously had nice success with employment and all that stuff. They had Stephen Street, we used Stephen Street. So I think meeting him and that one phone call of getting that gig really started that whole chain of events. So I think that was important.
Well, very important. Good point. Thanks.
Great.
But it was a long time ago now.
Yeah, a bit still.
And
You
then
know, from there,
just got back together again. Made a
we
record.
did, yeah.
Out this year.
it's true. Yeah.
It
We
might be
put that
called
up.
the Ordinary Boys.
A couple of fans got a priceless surprise from the
Yeah,
Kaiser
yeah.
Chiefs. So what happened there then?
So these two girls, Sarah Jessica Parker. Sarah and Jessica came out to South Africa. We recorded a song, and they were in the studio. We had a really good time because you don't realise until you invite someone else along to be there while you're doing something that we do quite a lot of, recording songs. And then when they were there, we kind of like, it made us go, wow,
Jesus.
what we do is quite good fun, and it was really nice for us to have them there as well. It was really.
It's my Ferrari pulling up.
Is it? Yeah. It was really nice for us to have them there because it made us enjoy it in a different way, seeing it through other people's eyes. So yeah, they came out to South Africa, we recorded a song, and they're on it.
Yeah, what did they do exactly?
They sang, they shook shakers, they percussed, they sang, they got in the way. No, they no, they had a really good time, and it was a real.
They were
experience.
super enthusiastic. Sometimes, like we were saying, we're sort of get really used to what we're doing, so you kind of like, oh, in the studio, okay, what am I doing? And you're playing, doing whatever. And they came in, they were super enthusiastic. They're ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really good. It
So
made
it's
us really appreciate them. So we'd like to thank them a lot for that.
Good stuff. Well, thanks a lot for your time. Can't wait for the show tonight.
I can't wait
Just
either.
on a last point, if you had to pick 3 songs that you say would sum up the Kaiser Chiefs,
Yeah.
what 3 would you pick?
I've been to Riot, Coming Home, and a new one.
And the next single.
The next single, whatever that is, whatever it may be.
Fantastic. Anything else to say to Music News watchers?
Hey, music news watchers, keep watching the music news because then you'll find out what the news is in the music.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Nice one.
Cheers, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.